substantial amount of time for them still available. What you're seeing here is a live look into the SpaceX Mission Control Center at their facility in Hawthorne, California. That's where that team is working to command the vehicle. This flight of Dragon is its second operational flight. It's the third flight of the system when you take into account the demonstration flight, which also flew last year. But the flight of Dragon is just the first wave of new space vehicles that are coming online. There is a second participant in the Commercial Orbital Transportation Services program that's proceeding in development of its cargo ship, which is known as Cygnus. Orbital Sciences Corporation conducted a good engine hot fire test last week. So the next few months we should see the rocket test flight, followed by a demo flight of the Cygnus cargo vehicle. There are a number of commercial companies that are also at work developing new crew vehicles for flights to the International Space Station. And NASA is developing a new crew vehicle for flights beyond Earth orbit and remains on track to make the first test flight of the Orion spacecraft in September of 2014. We could take a minute now to get up to date on the countdown to Orion's Exploration Flight Test 1.
I have never been as excited about anything as I am on this program.
This is kind of a day we've been waiting for a long, long time.
It's a different approach for Florida in general and Kennedy Space Center.
For the first time ever, a spacecraft will be built here on site.
We're going to build, assemble, and test an entire space vehicle here at the OC building.
We have a great history with this building. I mean, the Apollo modules were done here, a lot of the space station elements were done here, and this just continues a long tradition for NASA. In 1972, NASA flew the last Apollo mission. In 2014, some 40 years later, we're going to again go beyond low Earth orbit with this spacecraft.
Actually, I came down here for this event to see the ground tester article and the Orion flight test vehicle for EFT-1.
In the vehicle that we see here today, it's not a PowerPoint chart. It's a real spacecraft.
EFT-1 will be outfitted with the avionics, propulsion systems. We'll be putting real thrusters on there because it's really going to fly. Lots of wiring, a lot more components on there. You'll see it become very populated.
We're going to take it to an altitude that's about 15 times higher than what we go for space station, and it's going to come back in at speeds that are very close to what we need for a lunar reentry.
It's very exciting to see Orion. Its design coming to life. It's a very exciting time for NASA.
Preparations for Orion proceeding, and so a lot of different spacecraft now working. They're including one that is on its way to the International Space Station right now, the Dragon spacecraft that launched from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station at 9:10 Central Time this morning, is on orbit, and the SpaceX team from their Flight Control Center in Hawthorne, California, are working through an issue that developed earlier this morning. They have been holding on the deployment of the solar arrays until they can get at least 2 of the thruster pods on the vehicle active. There was some issue that presented itself after the vehicle separated from the second stage. that was inhibiting the thruster pods from initializing. SpaceX's chief designer, Elon Musk, is tweeting about this online. He earlier said that they were sending commands through an Australian ground station, commanding an inhibit override. Just a few moments ago, he tweeted that thruster pod 3 tank pressure is trending positive. And as that goes, they will then be preparing to deploy the solar arrays. That's in Elon Musk's tweets. You can follow him at Elon Musk is his Twitter handle. The team here in the Mission Control Center in Houston has been working closely with their colleagues at SpaceX. Flight Director Dina Cantella telling the team about 45 minutes ago, giving them an update on the situation, making sure that everyone here is aware of what was developing with SpaceX, and making sure that everyone is alert to offer all the assistance that's required to help the SpaceX team resolve the issue that they have and proceed on toward the scheduled rendezvous with the International Space Station tomorrow morning. On board the International Space Station, the crew members are in the last couple of hours of their scheduled workday on orbit. Commander Kevin Ford, flight engineers Chris Hadfield and Tom Marshburn do have another session of onboard training for tomorrow's Dragon vehicle operations on their schedule, starting just a little bit after 11 o'clock Houston time this morning, about 20 minutes from right now.